On a scale of 1 to 10, how smart would you say you are?
10.
14 and a half.
Okay.
Please read this sentence for me.
Oh, you on some bullshit, bitch. Already. Herbert did. Caesar stumbled towards the bureaucrat after missing his magnet.
What the
The inebriated Caesar stumbled toward the burrow after missing his midnight rendezvous. I think you got the words misspelled on some purpose.
Jesus Christ.
This inebriated Caesar stumbled towards the burrow after missing his midnight rendezvous. A bitch know how to read.
Barely.
What? Allow me to play devil's advocate for a second.
He wants smoke, I'll bring the matches.
When it comes to pop culture and fun, we're the whole deal.
Mama, I love you.
The children are, in fact, not the future. F them kids, terrible. And this is who's going to lead us in the future.
I would imagine, right? Maybe there was a supercut where people did read those words and weren't strangled to death by the word czar.
It's so many
and rendezvous.
Yo, czar and rendezvous, those are both like high point words on Scrabble. You know what I'm saying? Those aren't cheap words.
Yeah, you get 10 points for that Z.
Rendezvous? I feel like it's been in some rap songs.
It has, but I think we talked about it before. Like every now and then, like as long as we live, right? Like we'll encounter a word that we've always heard but never seen written, and the first time that word enters the horizon, you're shocked to see it and don't know how those letters forge that sound. Like I remember the first time I saw the word yacht written, I'm like, that is not what I was expecting.
Yeah.
They say English is one of the hardest languages to learn, but the Americans struggle with the words. It's a little bit.
Yeah. And I also feel like we complicate it more than we need to. Like, why is baloney spelled that way?
Exactly. Yo, there's this old skit with the comedian Gallagher from way back in the day, and he's got like 4 letters, and you can turn them over so that it's a different letter. And one of the things he's talking about, he's like, "Oh, well, this is bomb, B-O-M-B. Everybody knows bomb." And then he flips the front B over, and it's a T. And he goes, "But this isn't Tom. It's tomb." And he like breaks down how weird a lot of spelling stuff is. It's a classic bit. Yeah.
So the person who the originator of the English language was just a menace.
Pretty much. Great troubles, and don't get the Latin involved in there. I don't know where Latin started intermingling with the English thing. Do y'all know speak Pig Latin?
Oh, ig pay atten lay.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Claudia, you were always cool. That's why you don't know the nerd stuff.
Yeah, I was.
No shame.
People who are not cool. Stephen A. Smith is in his feelings, and this time it's because words hurt his little heart. He made a video talking about how Kevin Hart's joke about him being on the Mount Rushmore of anti-Black hate really disappointed him. Take a listen to Stephen A. complaining about how unfair life is to him.
I have an issue with the fact that it came from him. Somebody that I kind of know a little bit, that I got a lot of love and respect for. And at a time in my life, knowing I've spent my life fighting on behalf of my community, that people try to continue this narrative about me that I know is false, but that nevertheless still hurts to hear out of the mouth of anyone who knows me.
Okay, Stephen A. has fought on behalf of what community? I'd just like to know that. Now, to remind everyone, Stephen A. is the same man that had no issues with freedom of speech when the jokes were flying about the death of George Floyd, had no problem coming for Black women like Kamala Harris, Jasmine Crockett. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. Yeah. Are you surprised that Stephen A. Smith is just so butthurt over being labeled as anti-Black? I thought this was something that, I don't know, wasn't a secret.
I don't think that Kevin Hart is the first person to say this, but I think it hits differently for him because it's somebody that he likes and respects. And, just imagine if your favorite athlete or singer said something messed up about you or stole your girl or your guy or whatever the hell. Like it's going to hit differently than it would if it was like Jane from Tucson.
It's tricky because like I feel like first of all, these are like obviously very layered conversations. And I feel like somebody like Stephen A. Smith in his heart does not think that he is being disparaging of the community, except it seems to be predominantly Black women that he's willing to take quick shots at. I believe he referred to Jasmine Crockett as ghetto. And like, here's the thing is, man, I don't know, but to say to Jasmine Crockett is so incredibly intelligent and so incredibly well-spoken and fighting the good fight in the government and in the state of Texas, from the state of Texas, and to look at all of that and feel like you can just hit her with that. I mean, I almost feel uncomfortable saying, I don't know what to call it, with that degrading remark. It's just like, I'm confused by it.
You know, Black people, in our culture, there's a way that we speak, you know, that you can almost, you close your eyes, you can like, know, oh, that's a Black person speaking. And we're not a monolith. Everyone doesn't speak the same. But I don't think the way Jasmine Crockett speaks is ghetto. I think it's passionate. I think it's soulful. I feel like she has a lot of purpose. And there could be an argument to be made about Stephen A. Smith as well. When he speaks, you know, he's very adamant. I've been animated the way he speaks, but he hasn't been accused of being ghetto. And I just think it's like, you might want to just like kind of like assess like your words. So you're good at words. That's what you do for a living. And think about that. But this clip right here with Kevin Hart pointing it out, I think it makes him feel away because maybe there is something there. You know, if someone says something outrageous about you and says, oh, you're a terrible painter. I don't even paint. It doesn't apply to me. That's not going to hurt my feelings. But when you actually kind of dabble in the field that he's saying with anti-Black, you are anti-Black adjacent, Stephen A. Smith. And some of the things you say, like some of the positions you take are very white supremacist friendly.
With the other thing, what do people say? People of various cultures, a hit dog will holler. Right. And the other thing is like, why is he speaking about this now? If it's when it comes from somebody who knows you a little, that carries a little extra weight. And he talks on that. He talks about, he's like, I kind of know Kevin a little. Well, sir, that means you should listen to Kevin a little. You know, like the people who don't know you, and they might be right too, by the way, but the people who don't know you, who will say these things about you, they don't know you. But when people in your inner circle and people you have worked with, even your acquaintances, people who have a good bead on who you are, when they say something like this, you need to pause and take a minute.
It carries more weight when it's from someone that knows you.
Yeah. And even putting on my empath hat for a second. The way that he wasn't performative when he spoke, and he was like very calm and measured. You could tell this hit him in a way that the other things didn't really hit him. Because any other time he'd be fired up, but like my man definitely was in his feelings. And maybe, you know, sometimes you got to have a mirror held up to yourself before, so you can understand the things you do. Because it is easy to get lost in you and lost in your performance and lost in your position and your role. And it takes somebody who's close to you, like we just said, to hold that mirror up to be like, hey, this is what we're doing now. This is where you started. This is where you are now.
I don't think
it's a check. It's just a check-in.
I don't think Stephen A. Smith is an evil person. I don't. And I think he's had to work very hard. And he probably had a lot of obstacles in his way along the way. I really do. But I think he gets lost in the sauce because of in the game of attention. When certain things track and resonate and like get clicks, maybe they're not coming from the Black community. They're coming from the other community. And when he gets attention for that, he leans in more. And maybe he's not even realizing, man, I've kind of went a little dark, you know, against my people. I don't even know if he even realizes what he's doing or how it's coming off, but it's coming off shitty. And we don't like it, Stephen A. Smith. And I think you are a good man at your core. Because I remember some things you've done for some people that I know. I just wish you would kind of just take some inventory of how you're coming off. Because as a Black woman, it is hurtful, the things that you've been saying. I'm like, damn, like we need you to be more on our side. We're in a fight right now.
And bro, you're from the Bronx. And there are not a lot of bad people from the Bronx. Maybe Son of Sam. Everybody, we're good people. We're good people. Come on, man. We need you. Anyway, another person who represents the culture to the fullest, Serena Williams. She's making her return to sports, and she did it in an epic way. Check this out.
I gotta change my number.
Okay, Nike endorsement. That's right. Serena Williams is back. The best that ever do it. Dropped the rollout video announcing her return to tennis, and the fans could not be more excited. Now Serena's 44 years old, which is definitely going to be a challenge. But if anybody can do it, it's Serena Williams, man. Don't give up on yourself. Like our friend Andrea Kay, who just finished 3.5 miles. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man, like if you pour into yourself, your body is going to give it back to you. Unless you did a lot of damage in the past, and it's like, hey, man, we're done. But she seems like she's taking really good care of herself, took the breaks when she needed. And I think if there's anybody who could do the impossible, it's her. Martina Navratilova played tennis until her skin looked like corduroy.
It kind of started like that, though.
Oh, it did? Okay, cool. SPF, man.
I'm excited for this if she can come back in great shape, because what I don't want to see is her getting losing to some scrubs. And I don't want anyone to try to trash our girl's legacy, because I love me some Serena Williams and I want her to be remembered as the GOAT, because she is. And I don't want some little bum to come beat her and talk trash, like how Jake Paul got to talk about Mike Tyson and he would say, I beat him. And I think Serena, let's go, Serena, run it up.
So I just Googled this. Because I didn't know this off the top of my head. Serena Williams holds, I'm looking at Google, holds an 85% career singles winning percentage. So she won 858 matches, lost 156. And so she's coming back at the top. Whether or not her body can still perform, because we all know nobody beats Father Time. I'm not hating on Serena. You come back to a sport a few years after, your body's in a different place. I hope she comes back and lights a fire and we all get to witness one of the greatest comebacks of all time. I would love that.
Whoop those tricks, Serena. Whoop them.
I mean, I think because Naomi Osaka, is she pregnant? Did she just have a baby? What's going on there? I forgot.
I think she just had one.
Damn you, YBN Corday.
Yeah.
You're supposed to wait.
Do you think if Serena comes back and gets the Grand Slam again, right? That's what they call it. Do you think if she comes back, we'll get a King Richard 2?
I think we should. I think we should normalize biopic sequels.
Oh yeah, the rest, yeah. And also, what ties into our other story. Remember, Stephen A. Smith was talking greasy, and Serena's husband pulled up on the and checked him and was like, "I was hoping you'd be there today at work." And Stephen didn't even come into work that day. Remember that?
Alexis Ohanian.
Yo, man, he was stuttering like somebody was DJing. I'm
Yo, all this means is that Stephen's gonna have to talk about Serena again soon.
Again, all that smoke for what black women, but nothing for white men.
Whew. Okay. All right. Well, we got smoke for this commercial break. We got to take a quick 2-minute break. We'll be back with more Side Dish in just a second.
What I love about those graphics that HeadKrack you put together so brilliantly, I catch something new every time. Like this time, I realized just how much even Tanner in cartoon form is an ally, because I was always wondering, like, where's he going? He ends up at Magic City, which is a black strip club, right? He passed some mainstream white strip clubs, passed them by, kept running, got to the black strip club, and took his shirt off and partied with the people. He's a man of our people.
I like how he kicked that vending machine in the alley.
I said, get it out of here.
Yeah. I
realized watching that clip that I'm gonna go buy some blue overalls with some bright gold buttons, and I'm gonna buy a blue hat. I'm gonna dress like that one day for the chat. No shirt, just like the video.
Please, I beg of you. I beg of you.
That could like totally be a thing. Like where like if we do get the Magic City run going, like that's the uniform.
Yeah.
Everybody that's in it. Like, you know, and it doesn't even have to be a run. It could be a spirited walk from where the CNN Center used to be all the way to Magic City. It's about a mile.
All right. Well, let's get into the story that I have no segue into. All right.
Hit on.
Political candidate running for governor of Ohio, who is a person of color, he's Indian, has some pretty offensive things to say about Black women. Now, Vivek Ramaswamy has been ferociously and shamelessly kissing the ring in the taint of the right for years, and he will stop at nothing to get that MAGA vote. Check out what he had to say about us.
Actually, a Black baby is probably safer in the interstate of Chicago, than in the womb of his own Black mother. And I think that that's actually a problem. And it's directly the product of what Margaret Sanger envisioned.
Now, Vivek is no stranger to politics, as he did try to run for president and he failed. But as dedicated as he is to the party of white supremacy, they never let his brown ass get too comfortable. Check out what political pundit Ann Coulter, aka Skeletor, had to say to Vivek's face.
You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American Black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory. And that was a great opening segment. Lots of things to talk about there. Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president. But I still would not have voted for you because you're an Indian.
Damn.
Yo, do you think Ann Coulter is good at Who's Cousin?
I think she's been playing that game her entire life. Entire life.
We got to get her on here. He said it to his face. I love everything about you. What you said was spot on, but you're articulate. Can't say that to the Blacks. They're sensitive. But I would not vote for you because you're an Indian. Why do you think these people of color that are trying so hard to be in that party, they fight so badly to be a part of this? Like, it's so is it a humiliation ritual?
Well, what I will say in my personal world dealings, and I think I talked about a couple weeks ago, I could probably count on a hand and a half the amount of times I've been in a situation where I feel like, yo, that shit was racist. 3 of those times was amongst Indian people.
Yeah.
And the thing, and you live in Dallas, so you already know what you're going through.
There's a bunch on my street and they never say hi to me. And I even went outside one time with my cat. I was like, hi. Maybe they'll speak to my cat because they like animals, but they would not speak to me. And I think I look like I could be kind of part of the.
Definitely passing. If we put you in, like, you know, the hijab and
you hit them with the little, hit them with the, you know, the
do a little dance.
You hit them with, and then, yeah.
So contagious.
But I just don't understand, like, why we all can't be on the same team. Like, you know, like everybody, because when people try to separate things into races and like, listen, man, it's all a distraction. It is really the 1% causing these distractions so we could fight amongst each other while they could rob the bank and do all the things.
Okay. So HK, I'm with you. We align so much on things. Would you guys be shocked if I told you that Vivek Ramaswamy was in the 1% and that he is a billionaire? Would that surprise you at all?
No,
it double checks out.
And so that's the thing, is like, that's why it's such a weird thing. It's such a weird thing to sort of unpack, because like white people classically, like the country, we set the country up for ourselves. We rigged the game for a very long time. The game is still rigged. It was very aggressively rigged for a very long time. And then some people started to succeed against the rigging of the game. That has been the American economy. And then so some people like Vivek here. Now, I don't know his backstory. I don't know his whole life. I'm sure he came through some things to achieve that level of wealth. Like, and good for you. I'm happy for your success. But in the achieving of wealth and fame and status, there are some people like the Ann Coulters of the world who, like, it's kind of the I'm not black, I'm OJ. You might think that you have transcended the thing that most people immediately identify you as, but you have not. And so that's like to watch him get rewarded like that from Ann Coulter, to me is just like, bro, you would get so much further if you connected with your people, you connected with people who faced struggles according to the colors of their skin, and you wanted to come up through that way, and you're like, hey, we're going to build this thing for everybody. But no, you want to use extreme wealth to hold others down.
It shows also how brainwashed the world is. Like India, a nation of 2 billion people, and they have a ridiculously racist society. They're the caste system. Like the darker you are, the less you're valued. And so he already had that. So they as dark as they are, they come over here and they think that the closer they are to whiteness, the better American they are. And it's really sad because I really thought with Kamala Harris in the last election, as many Indians that we have in America now, that they would rally around her and vote for her. But that wasn't even enough. And I hate this about the Republican Party, the right, with MAGA. Like they're Democrats generally like they can't stand the thought of they want everyone to have food and have access at the risk. Like they would not risk one person going hungry. The right, they don't want to risk one person that doesn't deserve it getting something. You know what I mean? Like they rather everyone go hungry than one or two people slip through the cracks. Someone in the comments said, Cam Wood says, just put a dot on your forehead and you may be able to pass. Do you think I'd be able?
I wouldn't advise that. I wouldn't. Okay. All right. It might be time for a commercial break.
Okay.
No,
well,
I can't do that. Is that bad?
No, not necessarily. I mean, some people will look at it as cultural appropriation, but
I would argue that it is. That's probably is probably cultural appropriation.
Is that like blackface for Indians?
Kind of. I don't know. We'd have to ask an Indian. Like,
right,
sometimes I think I have the answers that I have to defer.
I'm part Indian though, you guys.
Yeah. Well, we're parting on our way to a commercial break. We can fit in this MIA story in the next block. We can get that one in if we do it quick. We got to take ourselves a quick 2-minute break. We got more side dish coming up.
You know, I realized I left Prince out. I got to add him in. His birthday's June 7th.
Oh,
that's right.
Okay.
Happy birthday to the
Thanks, guys, for being a safety net to my trapeze artist antics.
Hey man, we got to protect each other. When we used to do Dish Nation, it was the editors.
Oh,
Really?
say a little prayer. Say so many prayers for those editors.
Like
Really? Y'all out of pocket?
Oh man, like I mean, the thing is, because we knew that if it was bad, they would cut it.
Yo,
I'm like,
Claudia, one time. Oh man. Okay. Wait, what people need to know right now, what people need to know who are watching live right now is we're about to finish this episode, but then we're going to keep going live to tape a couple more things. I have an exclusive Dish story that I'll tell you in the extra live that I think is going to blow Claudia's mind. Yo, I can't wait. I can't wait to tell you, HK.
Oh, okay.
I think we should just jump to who's cousin. I think we can do the extra story and do MIA in the
Okay.
Well, let
extra
me
time.
pull a car up front. Whose cousin is it?
Let's do it.
It's time to solve some crimes, shall we?
Yes.
And shout out to everybody who likes to solve these crimes with us. If you're joining us for the first time, the way it works down is it's going to be either me and Claudia's cousin, Tanner's cousin, or a cousin not represented here. Like maybe that person that Ann Coulter was talking about, or maybe, born in East LA cousin. What was that you was holding up?
I read lips at that. I almost used.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, East LA cousin could be Glendale.
Well, today's cousin took blowing up the spot way too literally. A 35-year-old woman from New York was just sentenced to 18 years in prison after prosecutors say she threw an explosive device into her boyfriend's bedroom while he was sleeping. Tanner's expression is everyone.
That's crazy.
I won't do it. Okay. See, this is why communication is important, because somewhere in between we need to talk, and I'm upset with you. She skipped right to cartoon villain behavior.
Okay, here's the wild part. Investigators say the boyfriend woke up to a hissing sound and saw what looked like a stick of dynamite on his bedroom floor. He tried to get rid of it before it exploded. Unfortunately, it detonated in his hand.
Holy backshots, Batman. The explosion was so severe that the doctors had to amputate his hand and part of his arm. Authorities also said she allegedly threatened him with dynamite before, but he never thought she would actually follow through, because who would?
Imagine hearing someone threaten you with dynamite and thinking she's probably just venting and she's not serious.
Listen, because the second somebody says the word dynamite in an argument, I am updating my emergency contacts. That's
Yep, you must. She was convicted of assault and weapons charges and sentenced to 18 years behind bars, which brings us to the question, whose dynamite cousin was it?
Hate to be stereotypical, because I never am. But explosives, I'm going Vivek.
Ramaswamy cousin?
Ish.
James Dobbs like Chewy's
Falafel cousin.
Falafel cousin. Okay.
It's so interesting because of the dynamite.
Wait, is that falafel? Sorry.
Well, falafel also is Greek.
Yeah, never mind.
So,
I take that
yeah.
back. I messed up with my racism.
John Stamos.
So I would say poppy seed cousin.
Poppy seed.
Who has the rights to poppy seed?
Afghanistan.
Oh,
Cam Woods. He speaks crazy. That sounds like she has a Isha in her name.
Yo, I done told you guys I went to school with a white Keisha.
Did we mess with dynamite though?
That's my thing. Is I don't think y'all are dynamite people. We are dynamite people.
What I will say is, back in the 80s, when New York was still a lawless land, you can buy fireworks anywhere. And like there was notably these things called M80s, which was like half a stick of dynamite. And we used to pop those off. Well, I would watch people pop them off. I was scared. One day I Daffy ducked myself with a firecracker, and like I've been afraid of like firecrackers ever since. Like it was on the ground, and I picked it up, and I was like, it's not going on. Boom.
Oh no, I don't mess with fireworks.
I still got 10 fingers though.
Yeah.
I'm going other. It just feels Puritan. It feels Sparta. It feels
Sparta.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Tanner's cousin.
Real
dynamite for real dynamite. Like we don't even know where to get it.
Ain't this in New York though?
It is New York, but New York is it's hard to get certain things in New York. Like like our gun laws are weird.
I feel like white New Yorkers are more civilized.
But then
The
you go
white New
upstate.
Yorkers are the Kennedys of the whites.
The Kennedys of the whites.
The New Yorkers and the whites in New York are like they got it together. The liberals, they're classy. They got it together. That's a Southern white thing. I don't know.
Dynamite is definitely a Southern white thing. Like Dynamite's, I don't even know. I mean, it's one of those things where like I know I've been in the room with a box of dynamite.
You have
just at like somebody's garage one time.
You're from the South, up north. I
Casually.
Yeah, it's just like there it was.
What's the one person that be in the chat that like you said you like it might be his dad, but you went to school with his son?
Well, that's so Cam Woods.
Okay.
Hit us with a Broken Bow joke one time, and I was like, "Yo, that's my hometown." And there were multiple families of Woods in Broken Bow,
and even the way we wrote we love fireworks.
Andrew said they sell it on the reservation. I don't think this is Native Americans. I don't.
Hey, y'all like fireworks?
I got me a boomstick.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna go Tanner's cousin. You go who you going with, Tanner? You going your crew?
I'm going white. My cousin.
Claudia, who you got?
Persians.
Oh, the Persians. Let's keep it specific. Okay. Let's move that van.
Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise.
What?
Wow.
He said that
Tiana.
Oh.
Man,
we're really
this marks the shift in crime in the culture of people who do certain types of crime.
Is this the beginning of the end of racism? Like we're all kind of mixing, like we're kind of like
we're cross-pollinating.
Lines are getting blurred here.
Where did she get that dynamite?
Wow, I stand corrected.
I think we're like maybe like 3 months away from the first black leg cross burning.
Hey, y'all stick with us. Stick with us. We got more show coming up. Oh my God.
I'm still shocked. I can't believe us.
Mind blown.
Yo, I'm just like she was like, yo, I want a piece of dynamite. And some white guy was like, what are you going to do with this dynamite?
And she said, mind your business, cracker.
Said, mind your goddamn.
Kiana is close enough to Keisha, says Cam Woods.
Oh,
so Andrew says she get it from the reservation, but I don't even know where you can go to get in New York. You got to go upstate, like maybe upstate, and maybe like the illest bodega, might have some, like if you go in that little underground thing where they get their deliveries from. But yeah, like certain things are just hard to come by. Like, do you like to blow stuff up, Tanner, when you're in Oklahoma?
Dude, so I got so lucky. My grandfather was a Kiwanis, which is like a civic group. I don't know if everybody's got Kiwanis, but he was a Kiwanis, and every year they ran a fireworks stand around 4th of July. And so he kept the freaking stand. So like, it's one of those things, like I had access to lots of fireworks growing up. I used to blow everything up.
Yo, people be getting tore. I never mess with them because I would hear the rumors about people blowing off their fingers, and I just know the way my luck is set up.
Yeah,
like I don't want to blow up the spot.
If I can't get it from Costco, like because Costco have them like very polite fireworks, you know what I mean? A long ass jump rope length wick, like you could light that shit and go in the house. You know what I'm saying?
You're not getting any screaming chickens. You're probably not getting any tanks. No dazzlers.
When we had dazzlers last time, but when I tell you this firecracker blew up in my face, I was like 8 years old, and it was just like I lit it, and I threw it on the ground, and it didn't pop. So I was like, I'm gonna go light it again. When I picked it, it pop. And like I looked at my hands and I counted them joint. I counted my fingers like 4 times just to make sure all 10 was still present. But yeah, man, like sometimes God be like, I got you, man. Just chill, man. Let's just be a lesson.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, speaking of getting blown up in the face, all the breaking news this week.
I love our segues. I love them.
The one
Hold on, let me get ready. Let me get ready to get these clips.
All right.
Okay.
Hit them with
More
it.
Diddy
Let 'em.
news here. Okay. Diddy, Daphne Joy, and Sky Diggler's sex tape dropped. The internet has been in a chokehold with everyone getting to see what really went on behind the closed doors in 4K. Now, while many people talked about the fact that 50 Cent's baby mama, Daphne Joy, was engaging in illicit sex acts on tape with a very well-endowed sex worker by the name of Sky Diggler, others were more focused on the lack of girth and length of Diddy's not-so-magic stick. Well, in true Diddy fashion, 50 Cent fashion, he took to the internet and to get a few shots into Diddy, while kicking man while he's down. And he posted, "Free Diddy. He's gone through enough. Born with no penis. LOL." Well, that's when infamous, the 2026 Cat Stacks, Selena Powell said, "Not so fast." She posted under 50's post, "Yours was no bigger, my love."
Whoa.
Well, the comments seem to back up Selena's claim. People said that Corinne Steffens, Superhead, had alluded to this in her book. I don't know. I have to go back and look at it. And there were a few other people that posted, "Yeah, we heard this rumor before." I never heard this before. I always heard that 50 had it going on in that department. I think Vivica said he did. I don't know. What y'all think about this? And it's getting messy.
I mean, but do you think the I guess the tail of the tape, no pun intended, right?
Yeah.
Is all commiserate of the marathons in which you're used to running? Like, if you're used to sexually,
Right.
banging sprinters, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but then if you're a marathon sex person, right? You've been doing this for a long time. You've got a chance to run the whole evolutionary chart of penile as it exists. And then maybe you went from everywhere from, the bats they give you at the baseball stadium for fan day. And then the big wiffle ball ones where it's like wide at the tip. Some people, because they have more experience, you got to look at the people that are saying the things. Like
The people who have the sample of data.
Yeah, like Selena Powell has seen more penis than the Apollo.
So we are saying that she's probably got a big coochie and anything is going to feel small to her, allegedly, because she's seen a variety of different peni, and I love that word. So maybe something that's regular or large to the average person, it feels like this to her. But I was thinking about this the other day. Okay. Friends have these conversations about penis all the time. We're all, kind of thinking what's a deal breaker? And people, I will say this. Even when a guy's like, "Oh, maybe your coochie's big," a tampon is like this big, okay? A tampon. Okay. And I don't know anyone
That's gigantic.
This is big. Wow, okay, Tana, don't protest too much. This has never fallen out of the biggest hose coochie. You've never been at a club and you see the tampon on the floor because it just dropped out. The bottom never dropped out. So I'm saying, I don't know. It does go back, but I don't know. But I will say Selena would be a peni expert, wouldn't she?
She would. She's ran the gamut.
I honestly trust that most women. I feel like most women are peni experts, and many of them pretend to be peni amateurs. No. We know. I know that most of you are peni professionals. I do want to bring a clip into this to add to the discussion because
no,
look
what he said. Oh, we need sex ed.
Oh,
we do, because we don't know how that works.
Oh no, yeah, I do, yeah.
Anna, can you explain how tampons work versus pads, please? This men, I need men to hear from men.
I mean, I know you you pop it in there.
Let's hear it. I want
There's
you guys explain this.
An app. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm going to do my best.
It's good TV. Trust me.
Okay, so basically, it absorbs the flow, keeps everything nice and clean, so we don't have any surprises or any wardrobe mishaps. And so there's typically like an applicator, and that helps get it in. And then afterwards,
how does that work, Tanner?
I've never used one. I've never applied one. I know the basics of the mechanics. And so once you're in, then all that's hanging out is the string to retrieve it. And that's typically it. That's and they make sizes according to, my understanding is flow, and so you determine what sort of flow you have, and that will influence your tampon choice.
What does that mean to men? The flow.
Oh, the flow. HK, do you know the flow?
Yeah, the when Aunt Flo comes to visit, it could either be like a big heavy stay or like a temporary stay with medium presence, like an impact in the room, right?
Okay.
And
what about a pad, a maxi pad? What does that do? How do you put that on? How does that go? What does that go?
You just put it in the line of your drawers, yeah.
And do you know the difference between his panty liners, his pads?
I guess liners would be for like a light flow, what I'm saying, like a novice difficulty, and then you probably go to pads for like expert difficulty.
Yo, I remember pad commercials back in the 90s. They would be like, here's a Kool-Aid man full of, and then he just pouring it, and they're like, this thing can absorb gallons. And I, as a child, I was just like, what is happening? Like
I have been very amused listening.
And
to
some pads got wings.
Yeah, and I would imagine that for people like who thighs touch, right?
Okay, it's because I have to help you guys here. You're doing really well, better than I thought. So your panties, right? Say these are your panties, right? That's the inside part.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you want to put your panty liner right here, right? Now, if you don't have the wings, if you bleed, some can go on the sides and it can leak and be in your clothes. So the wings extend and go around the bottom of your panties, right? So if there's any little spillage, you won't have all over the place. It can just, the wings kind of catch it. Now, a tampon. Okay. I like this. You know what? We're helping the people.
We are.
This is for the people.
Okay. So this is a woman right here. Okay.
Whoa.
A tampon goes inside and it's a side and has a little string hanging out. And once it gets inside, when it gets with the wetness, it expands bigger, forming an airtight blockage to block anything from coming out. You have to change it every few hours so you don't get toxic shock syndrome, which is a bacteria, and you can die.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. You guys did good.
And people appreciate. What may I ask an additional question? And pardon me for being the word that rhymes with he-hearted. You know how like when you have a drawstring on your hoodie, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes the string come out. What happens if you lose the string?
Well, there have been people who it's gone up there and it's hard to get it out. You have to sometimes maybe you have to go to the doctors, but and get it retrieved. But you got to get up in there and try to get it out, fish it out.
So yeah, there's no level of that you can do.
Maybe, but you probably poo-poo on yourself.
Okay, fair.
Yeah. Can we get that music one more time? I feel like we did a public service just now.
We did. We're here to help the people.
Tampons.
Yo. I gotta play this clip. I gotta throw this clip in here because, like, okay, hold on. Earlier this week we showed this, right? And we showed this, and that's Diddy over there where Diddy's face is. That's Diggler over there on the right, and then that woman in the middle is Daphne Joy, and she didn't want to get exposed like this. Like, and I feel honestly like I don't want anyone to get exposed like this. But what she is doing right now, because we posted about how she posted something and then she took the post down. Well, now she's I'm just going to play the clip.
So I just kind of handpicked some questions that I've been asked. And so let's start. Okay, so question numero uno is,
and so that's the clip. She says that she's gonna answer, does size matter? Because anyone who, I don't want to say people in the forums, but how would you describe Diggler, Claudia?
You got a fatty.
They would say that about Diddy too, but from the behind.
Wow. Oh my God.
He's packing. Yo, it's big.
So anyhow, that's the thing is like, this is like the whole thing. And that's just the clip that she put up. So it's a little wink, wink, nudge, nudge to the people who are aware of like how she's kind of being outed right now.
She wants to be added to this.
Hey, okay, hold on. There's a poll here. Claudia, which one should I click?
What's it? I can't read it. What's it?
It says, does size matter? Yes, not really. Or you just like to watch.
It matters if you're not in love. When you're in love, and I was having a conversation about this to a friend of mine yesterday, actually. We need to go public with these stories. That when you love someone, you're in love with them. It like the size, you don't even really realize if it's like not really endowed because you love him. And like, no matter what he's given you, you love that person. So it's going to be intense for you. But if you ever circle the block with someone you was in love with that wasn't that well endowed, and then you just have a one-off with them, then you really get to see they're like, oh my God, it wasn't all that. The magic was in the feelings. That's why I think people should have less casual sex. And casual sex should be for people with real tight coochies and real large peens, because no one can talk trash about you. Like it's not relying on the feelings to make it be good. But when you know what I mean? Like when you love someone, it's hard to trash that person or to be like, oh, it's little, because you're satisfied because it's like not just about the size of the thing, it's everything else that goes along with it.
But shout out to Andrea K. She says absolutely size matters. A small guy can still make it happen if he's talented, but a fatty will get her done for show.
But too big is also bad too, especially a lot of times they don't know what they're doing, or like the blood flow doesn't go all the way to the tip, and you just have like that the thing they put in front of a car sale, the little floaty.
Oh, the wacky inflatable arm flailing tube.
So the base is strong, but then the tip isn't. I
promise this never happens.
Yes.
I mean, once you let somebody whose head is too big wear your turtleneck, it's ruined.
Oh man.
But people, I'd never had a baby, but I see women say it's gone back, and she's like, no penis has ever been the size of my kid's head, and a head and shoulders comes out, elbows and everything.
But that's not like in and out. The baby ain't going in and out. It's like it's just an out. Like it pops out. You know what I'm saying? And Mother Nature, God, the universe, all the things made women's bodies durable to where after time they can go back to that. But just imagine if you had a baby 4 times a week. The turtleneck's gonna be ruined.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a V-neck turtleneck after a while.
There are exercises, and I'm doing them right now, called Kegels, and it just keeps it tight. Like right now, I'm looking at y'all. I'm working out.
Okay, well, so we're gonna be completely quiet, and we want to try to see if we can figure out when you're contracting and when you're not contracting.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Which one was I supposed to pick?
Size matters.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and go. When your neck moves, I think that's when you're doing it.
Wait, what are you pressing back there?
She's doing Kegels, but I feel like when her esophagus moves a little bit, that's when she's contracting. Am I correct?
Yeah. It's exhausting.
Like, how many reps do you got to do a day?
They're tiring.
Have you ever went to sleep after Kegels?
Yeah, it's like, and I hold my breath when I contract.
I've never seen a vaginal six-pack. Good gosh. Do we want to do this other story? She levitating.
Let's get it. We hear, and you also had a Dish Nation story too that you teased.
Oh my gosh. This is almost more for Claudia and the 8 people that are watching right now. Oh man. This is like, what were we talking about? We were talking about something from Dish.
How the edits would save
the editors.
Yeah.
HK, you remember the time? This is when Jesse Wu was still co-hosting with us.
Okay.
And we got to talking about, there was a story that we had done about a lesbian, and the word used was like such and such cunnilingus.
Yeah.
And that was a word that was like in the prompter because it was a part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jesse is sort of like reading the story, and it was blah, 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 blah. And Brad was like, Condoleezza? What are you talking about? And we were like, when I tell you that everyone in that whole studio was like, and because we didn't like, is she joking? Is she not joking? She wasn't joking. And she was like, I don't know what Condoleezza is. And we were like,
You actually do.
And Jesse was like, Brad, that's what you do. And like, that was one of the hardest. That's probably the hardest, second or third hardest times I've ever laughed in my entire life, was explaining to Brad.
Oh my God.
Did they air that, Pamela?
No, that one made the show. Like, because the crazy thing, like, we do the show, but because we do the show, we don't always watch the show that we do, because like we did it, we was there for it, right?
Oh man.
And but like, that was a classic one. That was like so classic.
Oh.
I love when people hear new words and see new words for the first time.
Yeah.
Man, some people, man, yeah. I've been at some events where I've seen celebs have to read teleprompters. That could be a show.
I used to think about there being like a morning news competition show. And so the idea is like all the things that you would need to do over the course of a morning news segment. Like, so it's like you got to read some news off a teleprompter. Then you got to like do the weather in front of like a green screen. Then you got to go like pretend like you're doing a food segment with a chef who's like trying to do whatever. And then you got to do an interview, but they're telling you an incredibly ridiculous story and your job is not to laugh. They're trying to make you laugh. And you.
Yes.
I would also like to see people go from like a serious story to a like something light, or even in reverse. Like you went from a light story and now in other news.
Nothing is crazier than when you have to make those switches where it's like you're just like, and then the next story is like a child burned to death in a car accident.
No, but that happened a few times. Like this will be like in the middle of something or Act 1, right? Then just like, in another news, Gene Hackman died. You know what I'm saying? Like
you gotta know
we was here. Like,
yeah.
They now that we produce our own stuff, they do that on purpose because we see the flow of stories. We're like, all right, we can't put this after that. That's 100% on purpose, right?
Sometimes we just used to. I mean, you never knew where Dish was going. Sometimes,
yeah. But it was fun. It was fun, man. Like, yeah, man. Like, I miss it. I miss it every day.
We can like one of these days, maybe we can build this up to something like that where we got a big operation. Hey, let's do this MIA Kid Cudi story, and then I might have to get on to chopping this stuff up.
Like, fine dope. Who had that story? Was that me?
Well, I've got it. We've got the graphic. We just have an image, right?
Yeah.
We just have an image. Okay. Well, I'll just read it so we can clip it out.
There you go. Cool.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go. Hey, all right, guys. MIA is attempting to sue Kid Cudi for $2.8 million for kicking her off of his tour. Now, you might remember back in early May, the show was in Dallas when MIA made inflammatory political statements on stage, prompting Cudi to remove her from the tour. MIA's team is asking the courts for $2.8 million for lost wages and damages to reputation. They argued that her removal affected her money, reputation, business opportunities, and contractual rights. Now, there are reports that she was given a warning about not bringing her politics to the tour, but she did it anyway. What do you guys think? Is it okay to lose work? Is it okay to lose work over politics? But then also, this is one of those times where if you mix it, how can you be upset when it blows up in your face?
The fact that she got a warning and they don't agree, I think it's one thing if you don't agree politically too. Like if you're on tour with someone that you know they're left leaning and you come over here with this right nonsense, this MAGA nonsense, and anti-immigrant, which she is one, you're bad for business. Because you gotta assume that most of your followers or people that are buying tickets probably align closer to you than not. Yeah. And she's not the headliner, he is.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of people have the tendency to lean on the whole freedom of speech thing when it's convenient for the argument in which they're making.
Yeah.
And I feel like at any festival, music showcase, whatever the hell, there's going to be people who rock with this. There's going to be people who rock with that. And I feel like all things should be able to be said because freedom of speech, everybody should be able to say the thing. Long as you're not making people in the audience feel a certain way or putting them in danger because of what you're saying. Like if someone rallied a crowd up to attack certain people that were at a place, now we're dealing with dangerous waters. But it like I said, like when we did the story before, it blew my mind that this was the kind of time that MIA was on, because she used to be radically in a different direction. So, and I even like researched it a little bit more after the fact, and maybe it was just more so that like Cudi wanted it to be just not political at all. Let's just focus on the music and focus on the things. I don't know. But if you had a warning and you went against the warning, okay, maybe you lose that opportunity. But other ones though? Like,
well, I think that's just kind of how that blowout goes. Umika, sorry, I probably said that wrong. Umika, hopefully I said that right.
I believe in Umika.
Umika Bushnell, she's MAGA. We can't speak directly to her being MAGA, but the politics that she has oppressed seem to lean that way a little bit. Let's just say that. It's so tricky, HK, because it's like Bad Bunny did not tour in the US, right? And the reason that he didn't do the US tour was because this was, I mean, ICE is still raging, but this was, at the beginning of that. And the idea, and so it's like, you can't, unfortunately, we could not separate Bad Bunny's tour from politics. Like you could not separate that. And so like if he signed somebody up on the tour, and if he signed me up on the tour and he was like, hey Tanner, it's cool, you're opening for me, but I don't want you out here expressing, anything political, my fans, or I feel this way about it. Okay, cool. And I sign on the thing, then I got to listen because that's what you told me, And then if I still double down, I say, well, I'm going to say whatever I'm going to say. Yes, that is freedom of speech, but that's not freedom of repercussions. And so it's one of those things where it's like, do I think that she should be ostracized for her political opinions? No, I think you can have whatever political opinion you want. But if I demonstrated that I can't follow the instructions of the person whose tour I was on, it's not unreasonable for other people who are booking tours to go, well, Tanner broke the rules that time, he might break the rules again.
I do think she should be ostracized because read the room, bitch. This is wasn't about her just being a Republican or being MAGA. It was being pro-ICE. And you're in Texas, in a place where people being right around the time when people got shot in the face, murdered, killed, and anyone that's sympathetic to ICE in these environments, when you have a lot of ethnic people in your audience, you deserve everything you get after that. And yes, you still do have freedom of speech. You can say whatever you want, but you're not free from what the aftermath is going to be. And again, be pro-MAGA, pro-ICE, all that on the MIA tour. And sell your tickets, but I don't think he's anti-politics. He's you're damaging negative.
Cudi is anti don't mess up my money.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like don't alienate my fan base, because Cudi occupies such a unique space as it relates to, he's not a person whose music you hear on the radio all the time, but his fans believe in him and they really rock with the music. There are songs that Kid Cudi has participated in and has made that literally has saved my life some days. Like, so people that really lock in with him, and he just wants to make everybody feel loved and appreciated. I like, if you want some pro-ICE nonsense, especially in lieu of what was going on like in the last 6 to 8 months with ICE, hell yeah, like you do have to read the room. But then there's that weird thing that happens when you see it happening right now with Kanye West. He's proved that you can be liked, unliked, hit rock bottom, become a billionaire, become not a billionaire, and then still sell out. What was it? The Forum? What place did he just sell out?
Yeah,
like,
LA.
I think he had like 3 back-to-back sellout nights at the Forum, and then he was trying to take it on a world tour. Everybody was like, okay, let's do it. And then one by one, these different sponsors started pulling away or making threats. Like, if Kanye West comes here, well, this ain't gonna be able to happen for y'all. And when people start doing those type of squeeze plays because they don't like and granted, we understand that this man is bipolar. And we understand that he will be on his meds, he will be off his meds. And it takes a person who has a touch of the tism to understand when people like that are speaking, to really untangle the words and be like, I understand what he meant. Like he was supposed to go to like Italy. That tour's canceled. He's supposed to do something in UK. That tour's canceled. Like, he's like, all these dates are getting canceled. But what about all the things that his music has done to help people too? What about all those people who found a little bit of spirituality because of Jesus Walks? When my mother died, and I hate talking about it, There was a song called Ghost Town on this project he did with Kid Cudi. I used to drive to work with tears in my eyes every morning, listening to that song. And it's just like, yo, yeah, he may be out of pocket sometimes, but the healing component that music can create for people, you can't put a price tag on that. And I just hate to see people get the locks changed on them because they had an opinion that wasn't in alignment with everybody else's opinion. Because one day your opinion is not going to be in alignment with everybody else's opinion. And God forbid, you know, anything we say on this show gets us in a space and place to where, damn, man, like we can't do Entertainment Tonight now. Or whatever the hell, right? Like, oh, they cut my Costco membership. You know what I mean? Like, and it's such a slippery slope. You remember when they was trying to like ban freedom of speech on Twitter when Trump was saying whatever? And granted, I am not a Trumper by any stretch of the imagination, but I was like, yo, you know, if they stop him from saying whatever the hell they want to say on Twitter, you're next. And then next thing you know, all these different guardrails came up. I want to hear people say, I want to hear people be as effed up as they possibly could be so I can choose whether or not I want to support them.
I think
I don't want to see the fake. I don't want to see the fake version.
I think what did Kanye was the Hail Hitler song.
There was that, but also this man was off his meds.
Oh, was he?
The world may never know.
We need that sound too. I'm gonna put that in there.
Know. Well,
yeah.
Here we are, guys. Over an hour.
We gave you that Sky Diggler. We gave you that long episode.
Wow. 11 hole into it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Daffy Daphne. I used to see her around LA. She's such a pretty girl. She's drop dead gorgeous and
beautiful.
To see that she just went down this path, it's just like, ugh.
Well, I just feel bad for people. I don't know. You never want someone. You never want anyone to be forced into a scenario to participate in something they don't want to participate in. But then also, if a couple people agree that this is a scenario we're going to participate in, if you break that trust, I also think that's a bad thing.
Yeah, like, why
yeah.
Diggler release a tape? Well, he's just trying to get his attention.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. That is revenge porn, and you deserve to be punished for that, I think.
The bodies of the men were terrible, both of them. I expected Diddy with that arrogance. Well, just his butt, just a long line, just seeing his butt.
Yo, the magic trick where he made everything disappear right in here like that was crazy, though.
Yeah, he had because I measure peni with potatoes. I tell my friends because when girls we talk amongst each other like, oh, how was it, girl? And we can't just pull out a measuring tape. So a way to do it is put like, say this is the person. You put one hand around the base and then one potato, two potato, three. So you can measure in potatoes. Diddy had less than one potato.
Damn.
It was all totally covered with less than one potato. Like, yeah.
Well, that wasn't Diddy. That was
Diggler probably has 3.5 potatoes. I'd say closer to 4. But that's ladies, that's how you can do it without your man knowing you're measuring and stuff. Because then you can go back home and then measure and then get the measuring tape. Oh, that was 8.5. Oh, that was
Claudia. Again, this.
Ladies want to measure your man.
That's what it is.
I want to put him on blast. I have a great way for you to do it. You wrap your hand around the base, put the other hand on top. It's 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. 4 is too much. You got to marry me. 3 is a lot, but very generous. 2 we can work with. That's boyfriend size. 1 potato. Lower your voice when you're talking to me. You talking to me like you are 6'5" and in the NBA. We will not have it. Shut your mouth up, little girl. That's it. Bad advice for bad bitches.
Beautiful.
Cam Wood says he just ruined potatoes for me.
Oh my God. All right. Well, guys, I don't know. I think I might have to jump out. You guys can keep going, but I
gotta get out of here. Like my kids are out of school.
I'm gonna go make some mashed potatoes.
Oh,
mash it up. So is that after they get soft?
Yeah. Shout out to my ex.
Womp womp.